everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be reviewing Julianne Lite Petite in the color 832. And no, it's not the one I'm wearing. Right now I'm wearing Cameron Lite Petite in the color Toffee Truffle. And I will be showing you Julianne Lite Petite in the color 832, which was provided to me from WIG Studio One in order for me to review for WIG Studio One YouTube channel. And I chose to review it for all of you because I really like this light collection, especially in the petite. It fits me so much better. My measurements are, I have a 21.5-inch circumference. My front to back, hairline to nape, is 12.5, and my ear to ear is 11.5. And that way you can kind of gauge on if the petite will fit you. However, I do have to say that the circumference feels as if it's big. The ear tabs fall fine on me, and you will see when I put it on. It's the same thing as with Cameron Lite. The ear tabs are perfect, but I do have to cinch it in. And what that indicates to me is that it's going to fit a larger circumference. I have the Julianne Lite here, and I want to show you how much I had to cinch it in order for it to fit. And I could probably cinch it in a little bit more, but I had to cinch it in almost to the center. So that's about a 1/2 inch on either side. That tells me that it should fit up to a 22-inch circumference, not any higher than that, as long as your ear to ear and your front to back are petite size, 12.5 like mine, and 11.5 ear to ear. Just something to keep in mind. All right, let's take a look at this cap, and I want to show you something. I want to discuss with you something that I found in this Julianne Petite that I have not found in any of my other, any of the other JON RENAU lights that I have. The first thing is your lace front goes ear to ear. We have a full monofilament top. We have a hand-tied cap. We have silicone at the nape and Velcro adjusters. I don't know if it's because this Julianne Lite was just recently released and they've made some modifications on the lace front. If you have one of the pieces from the Lite collection, you know that the lace was very wide, as you see on this Cameron Lite Petite. Very wide. And that's the same type of lace front that I found on Miranda Lite, on Zara Lite, and on my regular Cameron Lite, on my regular Julianne Lite. I found that same very wide lace front. However, on Julianne Lite Petite, you'll see when I put her on, it's not as wide. Something else that I wanted to mention, I was at a JON RENAU training, and they said that on the ear tabs, if you wanted, these ear tabs are polyurethane. If you want to add an adhesive, such as the white one or the red one from JON RENAU, that Walker tape, if you want to add some, you can certainly do that, even though they feel it's not necessary. I don't do it with this one. I probably will do it with the Julianne. The red tape has the most hold to it, and it's best suited for those that have oily skin or really need that extra security, if you will. On the lace front, the tape that is recommended is the white one, and it's to be applied around the sides right here, and it's going to be sufficient for this very delicate lace front. On the nape, which is silicone, JON RENAU suggests not to use any adhesive on the nape. Of course, if you want to, you do, but their suggestion is not to do it. That silicone is there just to provide the extra security, and it grips enough to the nape where the adhesive isn't necessary. All right, I am going to slip on Julianne Lite Petite, and I'll be right back. Such a pretty style. Now, I have to tell you, I did take a wide tooth comb when I was recording a video for our private Facebook group, WIG Studio One, Wig and Topper Support Group. I was recording an educational video for the group, and I did use a wide tooth comb. If you prefer to have a tighter curl, when you receive it, it will arrive with a little more defined curls. If you like it that way, then use your fingers. Don't use a wide tooth comb. I prefer a very loose curl, and that's why I use the wide tooth comb. The color 832. 8 is your medium brown, and then your 32 is a medium reddish brown. This is a very well blended color. You will not see any highlights. You won't see any bold highlights, nothing like that. It's well blended. It is a warm brunette, but it's warm because it's blended with that 32, that reddish brown or auburn, if you will. But there are no highlights. If you just want a warm color, 832 is perfect. As far as the permatease, right where the full monotop meets the hand-tied cap, there is a little bit of the crimped permatease. It's not the spiky little hairs, it's just crimped, where the fibers are kind of folded through, if you will, in order to provide a little bit of a lift. Otherwise, it would fall flat. At the nape, we're also going to have a little bit of permatease, and we need that in order to have that lift right there. Otherwise, this would just fall very flat. The regular Julianne weighs 3.5 ounces, and Julianne Lite Petite weighs 3 ounces. So it is half an ounce lighter than the regular Julianne, and it could be because of the density, which on the density on this one is just on the lighter end of average. The other measurements are really very close. The Julianne Lite, and the Julianne Petite have very similar measurements. It's just half an inch here or there. It's really nothing, not an awful lot. The biggest difference that I found was with the sides, where the Julianne has 9.5 inches, Julianne Lite has 9 inches, while Julianne Lite Petite has 10.75. All the other measurements are really basically very close to each other, and it just could be the way the different ones were measured, but they seem very similar to me. For those that are looking for a really light piece, something with minimal permatease, if you need a smaller size, or if you have a petite front to back and ear to ear, but your circumference is up to a 22 inch and you can't get the regular size, then I think that the petite will fit you fine. As far as the regulars on the JON RENAU collection and the Light collection, I feel they run very large. When I had a 21.75 inch circumference, I had to actually crisscross them in order for them to fit me. Here's the lace front to Julianne Lite Petite, and as you can see, it is very narrow, very nicely done, and nowhere near as wide as we find on the other lights. We'll see how. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you spending this time with me. Please let me know what you think about Julianne Lite Petite. Is Julianne in general a style that you like? Would you consider it? Or would you say, no, absolutely not? I would love to hear from you either way. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.